Yes, sir.
Continue. And you know what? Those three folks around you, you need to thank them for your freedom. Because I wasn't going to do it.
Assistant Public Defender Chinazi K. Akinwumi, Your Honor, on behalf of Anthony Wilson.
Your name, sir?
Anthony Wilson.
Thank you.
And I just want to confirm the note, but Mr. Wilson indicates that he and Mr. Warren Green intended to set this matter for preliminary examination.
That's fine, except that I have violation report.
Dated yesterday, Your Honor?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, he got the email.
Where he's not gone over to, he's missed 3 tests at community correction.
So I don't stay out here. I've been testing in Detroit, Michigan. So
well, there's a way to do that, but this is not the way, because I don't know anything about any testing in Detroit.
Trying to pull up the information, Judge.
Yes, ma'am.
he got the information. Where are my lawyers?
Okay. Well, then, Your Honor, can we pass this matter? He indicates that he's already given some information to the court.
To who?
Mr. Warren Green, Alex.
This man.
He's saying he gave it to Warren Green?
Yep, so.
Where is Mr. Warren Green?
Judge, he's next door.
Can we forward it to you or what?
That's fine. Your Honor, it looks like what he's showing me are drug test results from ADCS lab. Obviously, I'll need to. Can you send it to me?
To do what?
I just wanted to look at the results that he's showing me, Your Honor. It looks like he did. This test was dated 11/11. Well, no, 11/9. You have another one?
Yeah, they both are here.
Okay.
There's another one right up under it.
And then there's another collection that was dated on 11/7.
Who's he doing that testing for?
It's A as in apple, D as in Daniel.
I get it, but why is he testing?
It's supposed to be for cocaine.
Pardon?
So, who's telling you the test? Are you calling community correction? When you remember stuff, you go to test?
They gave me a new color. Like once I went to the place, they gave me an actual color that I called instead of that number.
Who gave you a color?
The location where I go to do my dropping.
Okay, but why are you testing at that location?
Because I'm from Detroit. I don't stay out here. I've never been out here until I encountered with this case. I had this situation. So the agent that's over this whatever, she gave me an address and a couple addresses in Detroit where I could go do.
She told you to test there. Did you sign the release?
Yeah, they have all my information.
What was her name?
What is
Your Honor, may I?
Go ahead.
Thank you, Your Honor. Alex Warren Green on behalf of Mr. Wilson. Your Honor, I spoke with Mr. Wilson about the missed samples reported by Community Corrections here. He provided me screening results from ADCS lab in Detroit. When I spoke with Mr. Wilson last night, I told him he needs to make sure that those results are being reported directly to Community Corrections. If I could show the people briefly and approach the court with these results. He did submit to testing there on...
Can you find out if they referred him over there? Because he's telling me that Community Corrections sent him there.
They did.
All I can see, Your Honor, in the report is it says local testing in Detroit permitted. I don't know if they gave him a specific...
In what?
In the bond violation report. It definitely doesn't specify ADCS lab on McNichols, but I guess...
Did he sign a release? I guess I'm trying to figure out why these results aren't getting here.
My suspicion is he did not sign the appropriate releases.
I signed all the paperwork they gave me. I don't know. If you want to take the number, you can call them and figure out what's going on.
You have those papered?
I do, Your Honor.
Have the people
No, I have not.
How many tests are we looking at?
There's 2 tests, Your Honor, that I'm looking at now. There's a test from 11/7 that was collected and 11/9.
And are they negative?
No, they're positive for THC.
That's correct, Your Honor. So with Community Corrections reporting misses on November 7th, November 12th, and November 17th, it seems like the position we're in with what we have is that he has probably one true miss at this point, along with the positive THC results. And I told Mr. Wilson if he is using marijuana for.
Does he have a card?
I told Mr. Wilson he would need to get a medical marijuana card if he wanted to use it for medical
He
reasons.
doesn't have a card. He's on bond. Can't do it.
The other
Understood,
issue,
Your
Your Honor, is
Honor.
that the most recent test was 16 days ago.
What's not true?
9th was the most recent test.
No, I just went on, I think Saturday. It was either Friday.
When?
Based on the paperwork I have, it's been 16 days.
It's either Friday or Saturday.
Where's that test result?
This is what they emailed me this morning, like literally.
Your Honor, what I would note is that the two results that we do have, the date collected and the test date are in one case 4 days apart and in one case 2 days apart. So I don't know if they have a delay in getting the results from their testing. I am not familiar with this agency at all, ADCS Lab.
Why is he still using marijuana?
Your Honor, I spoke to Mr. Wilson and he tells me he has been a marijuana user for a long time. I told him he needs to ensure he has a medical cannabis license if he is going.
When he doesn't have one.
I was using prior to this
Not at
case.
this time, but Mr.
I should already had positive marijuana results the first time I went.
Hold on. Mr. Wilson assures me he will take the steps he needs to get licensed to use marijuana if he
But he could have been doing that from the beginning of this case,
understood, Your Honor.
but he hasn't done it.
Your Honor, my request.
Well, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna take him back. You call the place. If he tested, you said he went yesterday?
When did you
I
went?
can give you the number. You can call.
You said Friday or Saturday. Is that
Yeah,
correct?
literally.
Okay.
I just called them because they had to send an email this morning. I literally just got off the phone with them. Here go the hours right here too.
Okay. Just give me the number. I'll get in touch with you.
This is crazy.
I just need some confirmation that he indeed tested.
That's how it
And
works.
I'm gonna decide what to do with it.
So what does that say? Yeah,
Your Honor, I
Saturday at
appreciate the
7:30 in the morning. That's when I was just there.
I appreciate the court's consideration, Your Honor. I'll speak with the lab and I'll speak with my client.
You can take him back.
I gotta give them the number to the place.
I got it.
No, that's not the number. Here, the number's right here in my messages. Like,
Oh,
you don't have it because it's right here. It's 313. Here, take the number. Okay, yeah, I'll grab the number to the place. 552-3335.
thank you. I'll come back and talk to you in a second.
It's probably that you don't have. That's why. Damn. Grab it.
I think you better cooperate.
Stick there.
Anthony Wilson.
Your Honor, I appreciate the court's accommodation in passing this matter. Before we broke, the court asked that I get in contact with the lab in Detroit that Mr. Wilson's been testing at. We were able to do that. Mr. Wilson did provide a sample on November 22nd. The test results have not yet been processed by that lab. But with that said, Your Honor, he is drug tested November 7th, November 9th, November 22nd, which is consistent with random testing once a week, which was initially ordered. The issue is he needs to have these results provided to community corrections by signing a release of information. And if the court is so gracious as to continue his bond, I would make sure that is done. That said, we have no result for the November 22nd date. And I think the bigger issue here is Mr. Wilson tested positive for THC in the first 3 samples he provided, and he expects he'll test positive for THC in the sample he just provided. I spoke to Mr. Wilson, and he is going to take the steps to get a medical cannabis license or refrain from using marijuana while he's on bond. And he understands that cannot use marijuana while on bond. Your Honor, I would ask the court to consider continuing his bond based on the fact he's made his 2 court appearances. He has not been charged with, or he hasn't been convicted of any crimes in, it looks like, about 10 years based on my review of his criminal history. Mr. Wilson is a father. He has 2 young kids. And when I went back to speak with him, his number one concern was making sure those kids get picked up from school. So we did make arrangements to make sure that happened. Mr. Wilson works 2 jobs. He works for DoorDash and Uber in addition addition to currently building his home business. Your Honor, I would ask the court to consider continuing his bond. I don't believe he's a threat to the public. I don't think he's a flight risk. And with these bond violations, he's going to get compliant with his bond.
He's gonna what?
He's going to get compliant with his bond and remain compliant with his bond.
What I should do, Mr. Wilson, is I should lock you up for a couple of reasons. One, you're in violation of your bond, but at least you've been testing. Explain to me something now, because your counsel makes a good argument about kind of letting you go and letting you do these things. Explain to me, when I sent you back, why you had to act like you did.
I didn't act like anything.
Mr. Wilson. Your Honor, when I spoke to Mr. Wilson,
What were you telling these officers? Because all they're doing is following my order. So if you want to maintain that you did nothing, then we'll maintain that and I'll just make my darn decision. They do not deserve to in any way be disrespected.
I apologize for my outburst of what I may have said. At the moment, because someone used my name, I'm going through this instance, so I'm totally innocent. I'm being really drugged through the mud because of this. So I'm very frustrated. I'm sorry, Your Honor.
I get it.
So
Is that anybody in this room's fault?
I take accountability for my action. I apologize for the way I acted. There's no excuse, but it's just so much on me right now. It's just, I've never been to Ann Arbor in my life. And the 2 times I've been here, I've been in cuffs both times. And I've never been here in my life.
Maybe, can I just say this? Maybe what you should do is just check your attitude. And I'm dead serious about that. Because when I found out what happened back there, you weren't going to see the light of day through Thanksgiving.
I understand, Your Honor.
And you know what's funny about that is? It was the people you disrespected that even started me maybe changing my mind about where you should spend Thanksgiving. Because while you had already disrespected them, they realized that you've got kids, that you want to be someplace.
Yes.
So instead of giving them a hard time, you ought to thank them.
I'll thank them for what they did. Do they help me get in contact with my family to at least check on my kids?
Exactly.
I'm responsible for them, and without me, they can't get back and forth to school or anything.
Right. And they got that, didn't they?
Yes.
And they made sure that you could do, that's the only reason that you're still back there right now.
I understand, Your Honor.
Think before you start doing stuff, all right?
Yes.
And I realize you may be frustrated by this whole process, about everything that's going on.
Totally, Your
But
Honor.
young man, give it a chance to just work itself through. Because acting the way that you're acting now, those kids are going to be without dad.
You're absolutely right, Your Honor. These couple of hours away from them has been a lot.
Yeah. And think about it if it were just a few days. Because again, that's where you were.
I understand, Your Honor.
Are we adjourning this out?
Your Honor, I would request that this matter be set for examination.
So all of the discovery is complete. You have it.
I believe so, Your Honor.
People have their witnesses available the 23rd.
We will try for that date, Your Honor. One of my officers, I'll have to double check with him, but I'll try for that date.
Preliminary examination in person, December 23rd, 2025, noon. That's before me, Mr. Wilson.
Thank you, Your Honor.
So you will have an opportunity to show me if you can use your head about this.
You're right, Your Honor. Yes.
You hear me?
Yes, yes, yes.
And if you come back here before me and that's not it, we're going to have a problem. And when I have a problem with people, who wins?
Probably you do most of the time.
Probably in here, always.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Excuse me. Is there anything I need to sign before? Because that's the whole problem we're having here.
What do you mean?
I'll make sure the appropriate releases are.
Oh, the release. I don't have the release. So here's what you got to do, young man. The place that you're testing,
Yes.
you got to get a release. Then the public defender can help you. You got to get a release to them to release the result to community corrections.
Okay.
Okay. The other thing you got to do is you got to get on that medical marijuana card so you're not in violation there.
Okay.
You got it?
Yes, sir.
So it's really simple. Don't mess it up.
Yes, sir.
Continue. And you know what? Those street folks around you, you need to thank them for your freedom. Because
Yes, sir.
I wasn't going to do it.
Thank you, sir. Have a happy holiday.
You do the same.
This hearing addressed a bond violation matter involving defendant Anthony Wilson, who had been flagged by Community Corrections for missing 3 required drug tests on November 7th, 12th, and 17th. What began as a straightforward compliance issue evolved into a confused but ultimately resolved dispute over testing logistics, complicated by Mr. Wilson's residency in Detroit and his use of an alternate local testing facility he claimed had been authorized by his supervising agent. Early in the proceeding, Mr. Wilson interrupted the court directly, attempting to explain the missed tests himself before his attorney could speak, prompting a brief but firm exchange with the judge, who redirected him to allow counsel to address the matter properly. Defense counsel subsequently presented drug test results from ADCS lab in Detroit, though the documentation proved inconsistent. Results from collections on November 7th and 9th showed positive findings for THC, and confusion persisted over whether a third, more recent test had occurred on Friday or Saturday, with results still pending processing by the lab. The court grew visibly frustrated with the lack of clarity, at one point instructing counsel to obtain a direct phone number for the testing facility to verify compliance independently. The matter was passed within the docket to allow time for confirmation, and Mr. Wilson was returned to holding while the issue was resolved. Upon recall, defense counsel confirmed that an additional sample had been provided on November 22nd, consistent with the originally ordered weekly testing schedule, though results remained unprocessed and a signed release of information had not yet been properly filed with Community Corrections. The most striking portion of the hearing followed, when the judge confronted Mr. Wilson directly about behavior toward courthouse staff during the recess, behavior the judge indicated had initially inclined him toward holding Wilson in custody through the Thanksgiving holiday. Mr. Wilson apologized, acknowledging the stress of facing what he described as an unfamiliar and frustrating legal process, noting he had never visited Ann Arbor prior to this case and had been in custody both times he had. The judge responded with unusual candor, advising Wilson to check his attitude and revealing that it was, paradoxically, the very staff members he had disrespected who later advocated on his behalf, helping arrange contact with his family to ensure his 2 young children could be picked up from school. The judge urged Wilson to recognize that his continued freedom depended on cooperation rather than defiance, reminding him that his children's well-being depended on his ability to remain compliant and out of custody. Ultimately, the court continued Wilson's bond, with 2 conditions clearly outlined. He must obtain a medical marijuana card or cease cannabis use entirely while on bond, and he must sign a proper release of information allowing his Detroit testing facility to report results directly to Community Corrections. The matter was set for a preliminary examination on December 23, 2025 at noon, with the judge issuing a clear final warning that any further noncompliance would result in a significantly different outcome.